Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Jolly by Nature, and we are back bringing you your Naptown Ninjasks Week 4 matchup in the Blastburn Radio Community Draft League. Our Ninjasks are currently 3-0, sitting at the top of the division, near the top of the conference. We are doing real good, but we have our work cut out for us this week, ladies and gentlemen, as we take on our good buddy ManicPixieFatGuy and his Motor City Mamoswine. Manic and the Mamoswine have put together a truly monstrous roster. They are currently 2-1 and deservedly so. Really scary threats. As always, you can see the 6 that I'm kind of anticipating on the overlay, but Manic's roster in total consists of Thundurus Therian, Florges, Araquanid, Donphan, Volbeat, Mega Medicham, Bisharp, Shaman, Smeargle, and Klinklang. A lot of big threats there, a lot of threats that I have personally used and am very familiar with exactly how dangerous they are. Yeah, there's a lot of things in here that can do a lot of work. Obviously, multiple potential web setters in Smeargle and Araquanid. Multiple things that can abuse Baton Pass in Volbeat and Smeargle. Smeargle can do literally anything. Mega Medicham is a monstrous wall breaker. Florges is a fantastic special wall, and Cleric has a lot of great utility options. Araquanid is just a beast, frankly, of a special tank, of a vicious physical wall breaker, and of course, as a web setter. I've never used Thundurus, T, Bisharp, or Shaman, but they're all excellent Pokemon. There are definitely some holes here, right? Like, this is not a particularly fast team. The fastest threat on this team is Thundurus T with a base 101 speed. We outspeed that significantly, so that's good. Again, multiple ways to set webs, different ways of circumventing that speed problem, but there are definitely some seams that we can slide into to take some advantage. But overall, this is going to be a very difficult matchup, I think. Manic is an incredibly unconventional team builder. He likes to do things that are very different, and so I'm expecting Mega Medicham. I think Mega Medicham, Thundurus Therian, and Florges are a lock, essentially. Like, I don't see any version of this team that Manic puts together that does not include those 3 Pokemon. They are all very good. They have overall a very good matchup against me. I think Bisharp has to come for Gengar. I don't see how Manic deals with Gengar without Bisharp. Likewise, I think that Araquanid is pretty much a lock. Araquanid is just very good. And while there are definitely some holes there, webs in general are pretty good against me. That 6th slot could be literally anything. I'm calling Volbeat just because I know that Manic did get a very successful sweep, I think in week 1 of this league, by Baton passing Tail Glow from Volbeat into Thundurus. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to replicate that. But that being said, I also would not be surprised to see Smeargle come, or Shaman, or Donphan, or Dredigan, like anything. Manic is gonna bring some heat, and we're gonna have to adjust to it as best we can once the match is on. So let's talk about my roster and what we're bringing this week to counter that, at least to the best of our ability. We are bringing Jossum the Garchomp, and we're bringing a Choice Scarf Jolly Max Speed Garchomp this week for one reason and one reason only. Choice Scarf Max Speed Garchomp outspeeds Choice Scarf Max Speed Thundurus. So even if that is like the plan here to Baton Pass a Tail Glow into a Choice Scarf Thundurus and just run through, Jossum is a big roadblock to that running through, which is real good. Stone Edge is actually really good against this team in general, but is particularly here for Thundurus, as well as Araquanid. Earthquake is generally real good against everything that Stone Edge is not real good against. Poison Jab is here for Florges, and then Outrage is here if we find ourselves in a late game position to sweep with it. Jossum's in a weird position here where Jossum counters very specific threats and is just good to have, because the fact that we have a strong ground type in the back is going to make Manic that much more hesitant to click an electric type move. And there's actually a lot of that on both sides of this matchup where, again, Bisharp and Medicham make it hard for me to click Stone Edge. Bisharp makes it difficult for me to click Sludge Wave, like things like that. That's kind of all over the place here. But in general, in the right circumstances, Garchomp is going to put in huge work in this matchup. And even if those circumstances don't manifest in this match, Garchomp puts in good work just by being present on the roster. We're also bringing back Hypnotic the Gengar this week, and we're running a Choice Specs Gengar set this week. Speed crept to outspeed max speed Thundurus, so barring a Choice Scarfer, this will still be one of the fastest things in the field. With Shadow Ball, Sledge Wave, Hidden Power Fighting, and Trick, I like this set a lot. If we can get a Trick off and trick the Choice Specs onto a lot of things really, but particularly the Florges or the Bisharp, maybe the Volbeat if it comes, that can be really, really beneficial in disrupting the strategy of this team. If Smeargle comes, getting a Choice Specs onto Smeargle could be very, very good. We went Hidden Power Fighting instead of Focus Blast this week because Hidden Power Fighting does the trick against Bisharp. We don't need to risk the miss chance of Focus Blast. Obviously, if there's like a Chople Berry or something like that, that could make that a mistake, but in general, it was the safer play. And Hypnotic's another one of those Pokemon that if we get him in the right circumstances and get the right tech off, could be really, really instrumental in this matchup. We got Valkyrie, the Mega Pidgeot. We are bringing back the Modest set this week, very similar to what we brought against Tim, because once again, this is a slower team. We can afford to run Modest. We're running Hurricane and Heat Wave, which between the two of them hits everything. We're running Quick Attack, so that if there is like a surprise Scarfer or like an agility set, something of that nature, to outspeed me, we can still potentially pick something off. And then we're running Roost this week. We threaten a lot of things out with Mega Pidgeot, and so there are a lot of circumstances where we can potentially get a free turn to get a Roost off, which is very, very good. Mega Pidgeot does so much work against Manic's pretty much entire roster. It outspeeds and demolishes Medi. It takes care of Volbeat. It takes care of Araquanid. It takes care of Bisharp. It's so good. It is so fucking good. Manic's going to be aware of that. He's going to definitely try to take care of Valkyrie, but as long as we can keep Valkyrie healthy, we can do big work. And again, Valkyrie's presence on the field prevents certain strategies from popping off. Valkyrie is also a flying type and thus immune to sticky webs. So if we fail to keep the webs off the field, Valkyrie could be real instrumental in making sure we don't just get outsped and swept by Medi, which is real good. We're bringing back Aggro, the Gigalith, our glowing piece of the Radical Rock. We're rocking kind of an uncontroversial, or an unconventional an unconventional Gigalith set this week. We're running physically defensive, max HP, max defense, with Toxic, Earthquake, Stone Age, Protect. Sorry about the ad in the background, guys. That's real fucking annoying. I'm not sure why I'm getting those all of a sudden. Get the fuck out of here. There we go. So, yeah. This is our dedicated lead in this matchup in most circumstances. If we see a Smeargle, then we're going to lead differently, but otherwise we're going to lead aggro every time. And the big reason for that is because if we lead with Gigalith, Manic is almost certain to expect a Stealth Rock, because that's the logical thing, right? You lead rocks. And so what I found in testing is that if Manic leads Araquanid, for instance, which is a likely lead in this matchup, he's likely to just stay in and click Sticky Webs. Or Liquidation to try to bop us, but Liquidation only does about 75% depending on the exact spread, so it doesn't bop us, and then we hit it with Stone Edge real hard. Or even potentially to click Magic Coat if Manic's feeling real tricksy, if he's expecting like a Toxic or again, a Stealth Rock. But most times he's just going to say, okay, I'm going to trade rocks for webs, and we're going to remove him. Getting rid of the Araquanid if Manic is running like a web strategy this week is really, really important. Because we need to remove it so that we can defog and then be sure that those webs are going to stay off the field. That's real important. Again, Valkyrie flies, so if we fail in that, if webs do get down and stay down, it's not necessarily like the end of the world, but it's not good either. So we definitely do want to prevent webs if we possibly can. Toxic is real good for a number of things, including Florges. Overall, just a really nice set for a really subtle misdirect in the early game and getting some good value in those opening turns. Ideally. Aggro is also potentially really, really good at handling Thundurus, especially if we can keep Thundurus from getting any boosts. Then its natural Spadef combined with Sand prevents it from dying. And then obviously Stone Edge is a real good answer to Thundy, so that's fantastic. We're bringing Star Child to Jirachi this week, and we're bringing a very supportive, especially defensive Jirachi set this week. We are rocking the Light Play with dual screens, Reflect and Light Screen, Stealth Rock, and Iron Head. Star Child's job is real simple here. It's to come in on things that are fairly passive and can't threaten it, most notably Florges, and set up screens. If Florges is a defog set and it wants to defog our screens right in our face, we can sit there and we can Iron Head it. It doesn't want to eat those. And overall, this is a really potent set. It's able to do a lot in this matchup. Screens are actually really valuable in this matchup. Thundy is good and does a lot of work, but being able to sit behind a light screen, especially if we can keep it from getting special attack boosts, makes it much more manageable for the team as a whole. Reflect makes Hypnotic much better able to deal with the Sharp, for instance, and keep going, which is very good. We like screens in this matchup. If we can get them up and ideally keep them up, that is fantastic. We never lead Star Child in this matchup for a lot of reasons, but when he comes in mid-match and gets the screens up, that's ideal. That's what we want to see. Last but not least, we're rocking Neutron the Rotom Mode this week. We're rocking a sneaky offensive set, modest max special attack with Grassy Z Leaf Storm, also with Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp, and Defog. And this set actually, like, Grassy Z does a lot to this team. It maybe doesn't look like it as much on paper, but it really does. And in particular, to things that may want to just assume that we're kind of passive and stay in on us, which is real good. Will-O-Wisp is fantastic. If we can get a burn off on Medi, if we can get a burn off on Bisharp, that is absolutely phenomenal. And then Defog is real important in this match. Like, Defog is super duper important. We can't let Web stay on the field. Honestly, Neutron is here 90% just to defog, and also in case Smeargle comes. If Smeargle comes, Neutron is our dedicated lead because it is immune to Spore, and we just Z the shit out of that dog and just make it go boom. So yeah, that's the team, guys. That's the strat. I feel pretty good about this one. Again, it's difficult for me to be too confident because Manic is... I don't want to say weird, because that's not the right word, right? But Manic does not team build in a conventional way, so it's difficult to know what he's going to bring, and thus to know if I'm going to have counters for it. But I feel like we've built the best team of 6 to generally counter his roster, and we're going to bring it, and we're going to do our very best. So I'm going to go ahead and link up with our opponent, and we're going to get this match rolling, guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we are back, and Manic has brought almost nothing that we were expecting. No Florges, which is fucking wild. Okay, let's go ahead and update our overlay. So we do not see Florges. Instead, we see Dredigan, which is most likely like a rough skin Rocky Helmet defensive set, I have to imagine. We did not see Bisharp. Instead, we see Donphan. And we do not see Volbeat, which that one was always a little questionable. But instead, we see Kling Clang. That is almost certainly an automatized sweeping set, which is also really his only chance of outspeeding. So that's actually pretty smart. Okay, well, I don't think this necessarily changes anything. I think that we definitely still lead aggro here.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be tied.
Okay, and he goes straight into Thundy. Well, unquestionably here, we just put Stone Edge. He can switch into something that resisted. He has quite a few rock resists on this team. Actually, half of this team resists rock. But yeah, we're not taking any chances here. We're not giving Thundy anything for free. We're clicking Stone Edge. Yeah, we eat that shit up. Nom 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 nom. Well, there goes quite possibly the biggest threat. I mean, Medi's still around, obviously, but we just got rid of Thundy on turn 1. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, so even if he shift gear, he can't one-hit KO me at +1. So I think we just Earthquake here, which is a 2-hit KO. Oh, okay, he's defensive. So this is a wall. I think we just Earthquake again? Like, what does he switch into it? I mean, Araquanid, I guess, but then Araquanid has to deal with Stone Edge. He also probably doesn't have much to hit Jirachi with that thing. Okay. So we just did 22% to Donphan, and Donphan is not holding lefties. That's pretty consistent with an offensive set with max HP, max attack. Let's protect. Like, we're taking toxic damage and that sucks, but let's just protect and see what we do. Okay, he's going for a Stone Edge. Probably predicting the bird on the switch in. I think our best neutral play here by a long stretch is to go Neutron. Alright. That's fine. We're just going to Willow. Like, only Araquanid really wants a Willow here. Like, I can't imagine any of this is special. Maybe the Arac, but Arac is immune anyway. Yeah, we're immune to that, bro. You can't pair the electric type. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're going to Volt Switch here. We're going to go Star Child, and we're going to set up our screens. Yeah, I don't really care about rocks at this point. Most of his team resists them. We want screens. We want Reflect in particular. Alright, that's fine. We get our sand back up, so we start getting some chip. I think we just Stone Edge here. Yeah, there we go. Now we just Earthquake. That's 2 KOs for aggro. Good job, aggro. Down goes the Dredigan. Okay, here comes Medi. I think we just Toxic this turn. We're definitely not swapping. Okay, let's Protect. Oh, that's fine. We just took toxic damage. That's probably it for aggro, actually. Yep, down goes aggro. That's fine. He definitely did his job. Okay. We just go Neutron here. And we defog. Like, it sucks to get rid of the Reflect when we don't really have to, but it's fine. We can just put it back. We didn't get rid of our own Reflect. I'll be damned. Okay. I'm not sure why, but I'll take that. We're going to Willow again. And then we're going to Volt Switch. Like, I think we might be at a point where Mega Pidge can just sweep. Can just clean up. Or is that way too risky right now? Let's go back to Star Child. Let's get our screens back up. Yeah, we need to slow play this shit. Get a Reflect up right now. Go back into Neutron. We just gotta stall 3 turns of Trick Room. That's it, baby. No wonder you want to giggle it down so bad, though. There we go. Got in for free. Let's go. I think we Willow again. His only free play here is to go into a rack. We either get a Willow off on Donphan or... Oh, no, he does go a rack. Okay, that's fine. Which is definitely slower than us. I think I preserve Neutron here and go back into Start Shot. Oh, he did a double. That's okay. He's wasting Trick Room. Then we're gonna double again. And then I think we Z. Because he's clearly very aware at this point of the Will-O-Wisp. And Arac does not want to eat the grass seed. Yeah, that's fine. Do what you want to do, bud. We're gonna Bloom Doom. Like his only safe switch into this move is Kling Klang, which is still a sack because it's low. Okay, Rack's just gonna eat it. And a crit! That crit mattered. Ah, woof. I'm sorry, Manic. That crit mattered, dude. I don't know why we're getting the shit out of these fucking ads today.
Or visit xpo.com/warehousejobs. That's xpo.com/warehousejobs.
Okay, we're just gonna Willow. There's no reason to get Trixie here. Definitely not gonna risk Hypnotic. Okay, down goes Neutron. He did his job. Good job, buddy. All right, now we sweep with that. Down goes Kling Klang. Or he's gonna fake out this turn. He has to. His only real hope of dealing. Well, how much does he do with fake out? Two fake outs don't kill me. It doesn't matter. We just Hurricane. I want Valkyrie to get the KOs. But yeah, this is definitely the play. Is sack Donphan. Go back into Medi, fake out again. He might have Bullet Punch, and that might KO Valkyrie. Nope. All right, guys, there you have it. Your Naptown Ninjasks pick up another 4-0 win. We roll to 4-0 on the season with a big in-conference win. Great game to Manic. Definitely not the team of 6 I expected coming into this matchup, which did me some immediate concern. The Trick Room strat could have actually been really, really good, but thankfully we managed to prepare the team in such a manner that we were able to work our way through and around it. But yeah, we rolled a 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. We remain on top of the division. And now we look forward to next week when your Ninjasks in week 5 take on our good buddy Chocoboko and his Deadminton Flareons. So that's going to be really, really fun and hype. And hopefully we can roll to 5-0 before we head into our bye week on the season on week 6. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. As always, I have been Jolly by Nature. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.